The first light of dawn spills over the marble steps of the great temple, where statues of the old vague gods stare down with stone-cold eyes. I stand at the foot of the altar, a simple trident tattoo glowing faintly on my left wrist, and raise my voice to the gathered crowd. We have worshipped distant deities for too long, letting their myths dictate our fate. The murmurs rise like wind through olive trees, and a few brave souls step forward, their faces lit by the promise of something new. In the market square, merchants hawk incense and relics, but the air is thick with questions. A young scribe, ink-stained and eager, approaches me with a scroll that bears an ancient prophecy of a rebirth of thought, the age of the Aquarius. Together we unroll it on a cracked stone slab, the ink shimmering as the words rearrange themselves. When the people cast off the shackles of blind reverence to the God, the true divine will awaken within them. The crowd leans in, feeling the weight of centuries pressing against their chests. The council of priests, cloaked in gold and arrogance, convenes in the inner sanctum, their chants echoing off marble walls. They summon me, eyes narrowed, demanding I cease this heresy. I step into the dim light, the trident on my arm, catching a stray beam, and reply, "Your gods and religions are but statues you have fashioned to keep us obedient." I offer a philosophy that places humanity at the center of creation, not as servants, but as creators. The high priest's hand trembles as he grips his ceremonial staff. Outside the temple, a group of rebels gathers beneath an ancient olive tree, their faces hidden by woven leaves. I spake, in parables, we light torches made from broken idols, their flames dancing like fireflies against the night sky. In a world that feels both ancient and brand new, what does it mean to be human or a god in such a time, urging them to question old stories, religion, and tradition? The next day, the city awakens to a mural painted on the walls of the agora, a depiction of the old gods being toppled by a crowd of individuals, their hands raised in triumph. Artists, philosophers, and labourers stand side by side, each holding a symbol of knowledge, a compass. The image spreads like wildfire, inspiring others to ask whether the divine should reside in distant heavens or in the shared curiosity and responsibility of living beings. In the library of the Academy, scholars searching for evidence that the ancient myths were meant to keep humanity enslaved to exterior divine allegories, not literal truths. I join them, pointing to passages that speak of the godly fire and the divine spark within humans. Together, we compile a new canon, a collection of writings that celebrate inquiry, ethics, and the empowerment of humanity, daring to replace dogma with factual reasoning and self spiritually. The priests, feeling their power wingle, call for a public trial. The city square fills with spectators, the air heavy with anticipation. I stand before the council, not as a defendant but as a teacher, offering a simple question. If the gods are perfect, why do they allow suffering?